All right, welcome to Bearish or Bullish with Mr. Realistic. Please know that anything I say or do is not financial advice. This is all educational or entertainment solely, okay? Not to be taken as financial advice. Thank you all for the ongoing support, and let's get started. All right, so new Discord is open. It is Pennyland Charting Discord. Thank you for our 12 members now in a day. That's super fantastic. Looking forward to growing with you all and going through. Um, these suggestions are all from our Bull members, okay? So the Bull members, they get the charting lessons and they get to choose the tickers, all right? So first one that we have up, need coffee this morning, folks, is CYBL. I'm just going to go down the list right here as we're going, super duper easy, okay? And you're going to see a lot of similarities in these stocks based on their charts, okay? So let's look at CYBL's daily chart. Remember, we want to start from the daily and weekly perspective and see where we're going from here, okay? I'll let you know some of these charts, which um, will be only my opinion based, which would be a good short-term swing or a long hold, just solely on my opinion. Okay, they might have a bearish short-term outlook, but they might have a bullish long-term output. You guys can make the decisions on your own. Okay, so right here on the daily. Okay, if you don't know much about moving averages, we're going to do a moving average lesson tomorrow on here. So we have our green line, which is our 8-day moving average. Blue line is going to be 20-day moving average. 50-day is yellow. And I changed my 200 MA moving average from purple to orange. Stands out a lot more in the charts when I'm doing Fibonacci's and everything. So that was really important for me. All right. That being said, okay, when you are below MAs, moving averages, that acts as resistance at anything above the SP. So right here, okay, this SP, all of this is below the 50. It's acting as resistance. Right here, okay, notice how it bounces off the 20 here and comes back down. That's the sign of resistance. All right, same thing goes into here. You have an 8-day. It will act as resistance as well right here, okay? Direction is everything on these moving averages. If it's going up, it's because the price is going up. The moving average is, in a sense, the stock prices moving average during those time frames. If it goes up and it goes up quick, then that's when you see the moving average almost go vertical, okay, straight up. All right, it's because it's rising up really fast. It takes a lot for these long-term moving averages, the 50 and the 200, to move up. They're more of like a 35, 30, 40% incline on the 200. And then the 50 right here, you're looking at more of that like 45, 50 angle, okay? Because we got to think about it, okay? 8 days versus 20 days versus 50 days versus 200. So if you were bearish, all right, your stock was going down for the last 40 days and now 10, I think it's going. All right. I'm showing everybody as muted on here, but let me look. I'll make a I'll make a I'll make a change to the channel here. Maybe I just muted them. Please make sure all your mics are muted. Server mute. Well, that mutes me though. I'm getting used to running this. We'll get this going. But yeah, just make sure that you're muted on here so everybody can hear. The background noise tends to get in there. Like I said, this is a work in progress, everybody. We'll get this down as we go through. Let me just do one thing and I'll be able to fix it in a second. Members, yep, Join. Cool. All right, looks pretty good on here. Speak. There we go. That should help right there. Okay. Now, as we're getting into this, all right, here we go. Perfect. Sorry about that, guys. All right. Direction is everything on these plays. Okay. Look, when we're going up, it's because that stock price is going up. Okay. It takes a lot to move this 200. Okay. But that's a good thing because remember, when you are above those moving averages, they act as support. When you're beneath them, they act as resistance. Okay. This resistance is created by sellers, okay, based on volume. Think about it this way. The only way to bust out of these downtrends is one, get crazy amount of volume, or two, consolidation, okay? So think about this. If we are trying to get these moving averages to stop falling down, this goes for every stock, by the way. We want these moving averages to stop acting as resistance and falling because look, as they fall, okay, they just bounce off of them until it consolidates sideways, okay? Then it breaks up because this consolidated breaks up. Then the next one acts as resistance, but it hits it, all right, comes back down, consolidates again, and it's flattening out. And then you get this boom. Look, now it's an uptrend, so it's coming up, but now we've got this resistance right here, and then it bounces off of here. So what we're looking for is we're looking for one, massive spike in volume to help correct it, or two, we're looking for consolidation. The two of those together are key to breaking out of downtrends. In all of these OTC stocks, 99.99999 repeating are in a downtrend right now because we are technically still in a bear market. The IWM, the rut, is not in a bullish run, okay? And I want you all to completely understand that, okay? When the market is not bull, the volume is lower, which impacts the volume of every stock. Now, you will never get, I won't say never, but you'll always see a runner somewhere, and it's because you've got these day traders, swing traders, everybody following that volume because it's so low. Okay, you have less options, you go to there and you get these big booms. Okay, those are the days or the swings that we're looking for. All right, those breakouts that we're looking for. Those are not long-term holds. Hence why I tweeted that out earlier. Okay, it's important to know the difference between a swing play and a long play. A long play, you're not worried about the price. Okay, you're in it to win it over a long period of time. Okay, that is shown in the past and in history to be the most successful and easy way to gain wealth. Okay, set it and forget it into good companies. Of course, you don't want to just go in here. All right, we are in the Wild West in the OTC, folks. And that's why you get a lot of selling because people are very unsure. They're just trying to make these big swings. All right. So when we have that volume, it makes it a lot easier. So this being said, the IWM is important that we hold this level right here. Look at this consolidation level. Okay. We've been holding this right in here basically the whole time. Okay. What we need is we're looking at close to a triple bottom here. If we can hold it and then break up and out. Okay. That's key. Remember, you've probably heard of triple tops or triple bottoms. If you hit a spot 3 times and it bounces off 3 times at the bottom, that's bullish. That means it gets confidence. It's held it up 3 times. It's ready to go. Same thing could be said for the opposite end. If we hit the top here, hit it again, and hit it again, traders are going to say, oh, we haven't broken it 3 times, sell. And that drops the price. Okay. So we have created a potential bottom here to get this up. And once we come up across and up above here, all right, what's this, 220? Well, technically it's down here now. 224 now, 225. Then we're up and we're in a bull mode. Okay. And that's where volume comes in because people see that the market is going to move up. All right. These are acting as resistance. See how this was the 200 was acting as resistance. We came up and then boom, we hit resistance here. And then the Fed came out and just dunked us in here. Okay. We were about to break it. So we break above in here. We're good to go. All right. So I'm going to leave that there. Close that. I'm going to go back to CYBL. Now, this is what we're looking for CYBL, okay? CYBL, we're looking for consolidation. It's not look at the volume right here. This is daily chart. Look at the daily volume. Very low. If we click right here, it'll show us a volume tab up right here as I highlight each one, okay? We're looking at, 18, 20, 40, 60 million here and there, okay? What we want, okay, is consolidation when our numbers are low, volume numbers. Look at the spikes in volume over here that sent us up. 400 million, okay? 400 million, 234. You get where I'm going at here? We don't have the volume yet in CYBL to get it up. Notice on the daily side, when it's in bull formation, no resistances, all right? Those MAs are acting as support that the price goes up because they're all at the bottom. That's important to look for in your stocks, okay? Notice how it's using the 8MA as support on the first run. That shows you a strong support area to buy, all right? And if you're looking, if it's holding in and it's up here, it's going to come back down and touch the 8 sometimes. Sometimes you could get lucky and look, it's touching right here on the 20 MA and uses that as support. That's a clear buy because it's holding. And then it comes back and it holds the 8 as it's going through. Notice as it crosses down, the SP comes down and uses the 50 as support, bounces. Notice the MAs do not cross beneath the 50 here. They hold it, and hence we crossed back up and started this bull formation again and came up and through. This is why when I send out code GYBP, which I'm going to have to change now to O because I got orange now, this is huge on the daily side of things. Now, what we're seeing, and this is the problem, is we're in downtrends, okay? Downtrends are clear movements, okay? So we'll show you an uptrend. So an uptrend, you're taking your trend line, and it's literally going upwards, okay? If I delete that, and I go from here to the top, clearly in a downtrend, okay? But now it's starting to consolidate out of this downtrend, okay? So we have to use these trends in our advantage. This is what we call a falling wedge, which if we had a breakout, what's the date on that? Yep. Now we did have a break technically. Look, we were at 218, we went all the way to 321, okay? Not a typical break, that's a good swing, but you can see as this 50 MA is acting as resistance on the daily, it clearly, I mean, look, it hit it perfectly right there. Look, boom, boom, clear resistance. And that's what TA traders do, technical analysis traders do. They know that this doesn't have the volume to break this, so they sell it at this level right here. That's a clear sell indication because the MA is falling down. It doesn't have that 400, 300, 400, even 200 million volume to really send it up and over. If it did, CYBL right here, as you can see, would have absolutely gone up this way and smashed this even harder. Volume precedes price. Volume is what creates these things, okay? This is why you, as a trader, as a technical trader, you can see these movements happening right here, okay? I called CYBL right here for obvious reasons. As you can see, the 8 and the 21 finally flattening out and coming back, hence the pop right here. But what you cannot predict is volume. You cannot predict that the volume is going to come until it actually comes. So that's why a lot of the plays that I call don't come out to fruition right now because we don't have the volume to go because we're in a bear market. And because of that volume's not there, you get a sell the news type of situation. So keep that in mind with your trades as we're going in here until we get to that bull market. Very important. So that being said, and I want you to understand, this applies to all of your tickers today. I'm doing a broad overview of CYBL, and you can put this into this thought process into these tickers as well. All right. So what we're looking for is consolidation at a support level. This support level is created by you, me, and everybody else that trades. Okay. It's just not an imaginary level that we say, oh, it's just going to hold here. No, because it could break it. Okay. We have to support our own stocks if nobody else is supporting them. That's why it's always nice to have some powder on the side so that we can use it to support it. It's also nice to have a trading group to help you do that, okay? Because these tickers are good. CYBL is a good stock in my opinion, all right? If it falls below there, it's a steal, okay? You will see a lot of tickers that are coming down close to the 200 that have not touched it or broke it yet. A 200 daily touch is almost like finding the pot of gold at the end of a rainbow, okay? And a lot of people go, oh man, if it breaks below there, we're screwed. It hasn't even touched there yet. Okay. Once it touches there, that is a clear buy zone for a great stock. And that's when you get these bounces off of these plays. It's huge. Okay. Even without news, folks. Even without news. But look at this trend line that we clearly have going here. We are holding this new higher low that we created here as we go up, and it has bounced off of here twice. All right, it held this area 1, 2, 3, 4 days. Actually, bounced off of it here on day 5. Okay, so this is a new higher low from right here. Would you rather your stock CYBL at 126? Okay, or on the next run, would you rather have support at 207? This is why it's important, but this takes months, people. We're talking about CYBL that ran 8,000% over the time. Man, my dog is driving me nuts right now. What is going on? All right, so actually, there you go. CYBL from June 2021 until September 30th, 2021, 15,000% run. Stocks can't always go up, friends. I mean, we all wish they could, but you do a 15,000 run, it's going to take months for it to recover. All right, especially in the bear market. Now, that being said, okay, we are sandwiched in between the 50 and the 200 here. The 200 is our support from the MA side. We also have support right here on the daily side, and we have support, on these as well if we went to the hourly time frames. We'll talk about support in some charting lessons if you don't know anything about it. Those are key levels of entry that we like to use. Now, as we're going through there, it's holding this. And look what it bounced off yesterday, okay? So this what is this line at? 205 level is showing a healthy amount of support. What will happen is when it holds, and if it holds this level right here, this will go sideways. This will make these moving averages go sideways. This 50 will come down. It'll go sideways, and then it's easy to break. So next time we have one of these, okay, or should I say one of these, where's the resistance? There is none, so it goes, and we don't have to worry about it from there, okay? Let's check out the weekly side because that's probably where our last resistance would be for CYBL after it breaks at 50. Notice we have a bearish cross on the short-term indicators. It's not bad. We haven't even touched the 50 on the weekly as our support zone, which is 156. Clear buy zone, in my opinion, if it broke that 200. But look, if we consolidate here, this 8 stops declining. Look, the 200, the 50, and the 20 are all in bull order. They are all going bull on the weekly. Keep in mind, each one of these candles represents 1 week. Okay. So as this goes, this 8 weekly right here consolidates over one more week this week and or next week, and it's flat, and then it can come up and it's on a bull run. That gives us clear indication right here. We have support levels very strong right here. We have a very strong one at 205 area. This shows me that as soon as this flattens out, within a week or two, it'll break above, and then CYBL will start its run. I told you all it's coming, in my opinion. It just takes time. And a lot of people don't understand um, my time concept, and I will try my best to try and get better at that. But when I say it's coming, I don't mean like in a day or two for most of these. I mean, we're in a downtrend and we're clearly seeing a reversal in progress. Okay, so what we want to see is over the next several weeks, it's coming. So would you rather buy CYBL when it's up here at like 3 or 4 cents, or would you rather grab bottom as it shows consolidation here, as long as it's showing us this consolidation, and you get in at high ones or low twos, and in my opinion, without resistance, this will be the highest resistance that we have to beat, which will be 653. Okay, and that we'll look from. We'll use our Fibonacci extension. Okay, so we go to Fib extensions here, and we'll click on a couple of these to see, what our potential is here. Okay, so if we hit a bull market and we're looking for an uptrend, we could see something of this nature up at the top. Let me get my pen. All right, so look, this would indicate a clear uptrend towards our next goal for CYBL. Okay, if we got stopped here at resistance, okay, notice this line right here, this would be a clear spot to take profit on CYBL. If we broke that, we would want to see us break this level right here on the Fibonacci. If we break and hold that, then we could go here. Depending on where volume is, what comes in, OTC gets wild, folks. We can see these come up here, but as you should know, these don't hold. We're talking about massive gains up here. This cannot be guaranteed without massive, massive, massive volume, but it is potentially there to happen. All right. This is what we're looking for in reversals. Consolidation, volume, in that order. Because these volume spikes right now are going to get hit by these upper moving averages. Okay, so we want to get consolidation, sideways movement for weeks. And then we want to break up and above. Everybody got that? All right, so I am bullish on CYBL over the next couple weeks, and I think it will be good to go from there. All right, our next one here is RGBP. RGBP is now in a different category. RGBP's breakout did not occur because we did not get the volume that we needed to continue this uptrend right here to go to this 50. Look at the volume. Okay, we had a huge spike up to 270 million right here, and then we have 129. We never got the next day volume. Okay, and then January 4th, as we know, was the Fed decision that screwed us and set the markets in a downtrend from there and since then. This is good right here. If we can hold this level, if we can hold in here, we work sideways, we're looking at a falling wedge breakout for RGBP. If you don't know what a falling wedge breakout is, it is a type of downtrend reversal that you look for a stock to reverse to an uptrend. It takes consolidation sideways, and then once you get that, the MAs are flat, then you get the volume to break up and out of here. We are going to find resistance at this 1.7 level, and then we're going to find some resistance at this 2.24 level. The positive news with RGBP is that 200 is going upwards. That's what we want. Right now, we just want consolidation over the next week. If this consolidates at this level right here, okay, look at these higher lows that we have on the next run to help us hold above these levels. And that's what we need. These are all acting as resistance right now until we go up and above them. You need volume or consolidation to beat that, okay? Unfortunately, after this, we didn't get the volume we needed, obviously because of certain federal decisions on that hurt us, okay? So all we're looking for is consolidation right now and then a breakout for RGBP. Now, this is what we need to see. Because of these last 2 weeks, this has caused the 20 to come down more and the 8 to come down more. We don't want that. Consolidation will help this. A reversal or a breakout of the falling wedge with volume coming in would help turn this around exponentially. We need it to happen, okay? Look, we have a clear 200 buy zone. As you can see, it got rejected off of here at this level. I think that we hold the ones personally and consolidate from there. Once RGBP consolidates and then starts to make a new uptrend, this is not tomorrow, folks, okay? And it breaks these weekly resistances, RGBP, in my opinion, is going to go on a fat run. This is a longer term play, in my opinion. If you're not in it yet, wait till you see consolidation, okay, for entry. If you are in it right now, we want to see consolidation. That means we need to limit the sells and we need to hold those levels to get them up. Obviously, a super sweet buy zone right now is this 200 on the weekly at 9.1. That's a steal. It's already bounced off of it once, okay? We don't have much support on the daily side of here. We go to the 2 hours and we probably have it on the hourly side. And we go through like right in here. But I don't see us breaking below there. We do not want to break below that 9.1 level. I firmly believe that we hold this penny level right here and we consolidate. The reason being is, look at the MAs. Look what we did to the 50. 50 was just flowing downwards, and now it is starting to go sideways on the 2 hour. Keep in mind, it takes a crap ton of time because each one of these candles represents 2 hours to do, okay? Look at how it's attempted here before. That's if we get this breakup and we consolidate up here, this flattens out this 200 to help us break it above. That's why I'm saying RGBP is not a breakout right now. If it does break out, that is a swing play for you, okay? Because we have these resistances up here. Okay, see these resistances right here? Now, we want our moving averages to be close to one another. That helps us break up and above there. It also helps us consolidate. What we're looking for in consolidation is all of the MAs to come together. We're getting closer on the hourly. We just need to consolidate. Also getting there. All right. But look, until that happens, these are going to hang above our heads. That's why we just need this consolidation sideways right here. Look how these are starting to come together on the 15th. This comes down, consolidate. This is days out, weeks out, okay? But look, this is what we want, folks. This holds the 200 just going sideways on the 5-minute chart. That means we're already there at the 3-minute chart, which means we get there at the 1-minute chart. When we see this start to fan out with your 8, 20, and 50 and 200, that shows us that we're ready to move upwards and either hit another MA at a resistance, or that we're ready to consolidate, and it'll just come up a little bit and then come back through on the 1 minute chart. All right. But what we just want right now are all these MAs to come together and move sideways. Literally, consolidation right now in RGBP is like hitting the lottery. All right. Any of your stocks right now, if you just consolidate, you will see long-term growth. Okay. I believe long-term RGBP is bullish. Short-term wise, I don't see it being bullish. I see it being bearish for the next several days, maybe a week or two. Okay. Until I just want to see it consolidating here. That's all I want to see right now with RGBP. Okay. That's all we need is consolidation to bring these MAs together so we can break up. Once we are above these resistances, okay, once we're above all of these, the SP is above all these, it flies because it acts as support, okay? That's what you got to wait on for, and that's what we're looking at. All right, moving on to our next one. So we got some great news out of Toner. 1 second, please. Toner had a great Friday. Great news came through, and as you can see, we got a huge boost of confidence in the volume. We went, look at all these volumes, 100, 80, 70, 40, 30 million. That's why Toner goes down. It didn't, like any stock, it didn't have the volume, and people get impatient and they sell. Literally all you need is consolidation. And look what we were doing, folks. If I take, let's see, remember, Alt-H gives you horizontal lines on TradingView. So if I take a line here and a line here, look how we were staying in this channel. Let's count how many days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We broke, but we bounced off the 200 because that acts as support. And then we got great news. Consolidation is your friend. And I know people look at me and this is boring. It goes through. No shit, it's boring. Okay. But guess what? It makes your stocks stronger. It brings those moving averages so that they are easier to break. You don't want this separation, okay, between your moving averages. You absolutely do not want these ones going at a downward angle. It shows you that the SP is dropping rapidly. So the fact that Toner has a flat 50, which is on top, which means it's resistance, okay, and we're starting to break above the 20 and the 8, which means this will eventually cross up and over, which means that we will start an uptrend once we break up and over here. That means Toner goes on a big freaking run, folks. Now, let's look at the 200 right here. You're not seeing that. This is just not happening again. It bounced off of it, and that's why I tweeted that out. That was a steal. That's why I'm telling you guys, 200s are steals. Look how close that was to the 200, how close that was to the 200, and right here. People ate that alive. So look at the weekly and look at our resistance. Oh, what do you know? Toner has a bullish 20, bullish 50, and bullish 200. All we have to do is consolidate, which we're going to go up because of the news and everything on everything going up, or bring it up and over here. And guess what? This 8 turns around and goes up. And what's the resistance? There is no freaking resistance, folks, other than right up here. Okay? Once it goes, boom. This is why I preach patience. I struggle with patience. Everybody struggles with patience, except for True Stock Data. That dude has more freaking patience than anybody I've known. More power to him. Now, once you break these resistances, notice how this is going to be a resistance right here. This is resistance right now. Look what we're coming close to. As soon as we break those and go over it, it acts as support, which means we will absolutely go on a bull run, in my opinion, with Toner. easy buy in my opinion, short term and long term. Now, people are like, oh man, we couldn't break 60s. We couldn't go through. I mean, can we make it any more obvious here? Get my marker out. See the resistance, folks? Look at the separation right here. Okay? That's why we want them closer. Okay? So, I suggest if you're not in it and you wanted to get into it, you're going to look for support. This is just one level of support. Let's look at what that level of support is. 51, folks. That is a clear buy angle. Not financial advice, obviously, but a clear bottom, in my opinion, as we are now up and over it. People will be trying to and feeding off of that 51 level because they're waiting for the 8 to come above here and to start the move. We will, in my opinion, probably get sells on Tuesday. You should not think of that if you're in toner as a bad thing. You should think of that as, oh crap, I get another opportunity to load more because I see what's coming. Hello, MACD crossing upwards, coming to the positive direction. QQE about a day or two over before it comes up and through. Accumulation starting up, folks. So that is huge for toner. All right, let's look through here. All right, soon as these come up and over here, gonna find resistance up at 8.2, folks. Keep that in mind if you're a swing trader, okay? Now, think of the distance. Right here, we've got distance here too. 7.3, resistance. It's gonna take a little bit of time, but guess what? Once we get over them, acts as support. Hey, look, we found another thing of resistance. Came below it. Look at the separation. Look what's happening here, though. Only a matter of time, folks. And look where we're at here, okay? So this is what we want coming up and over. So what we will get, in my opinion, is we'll get here. It's going to come back and people go like, oh, man, this thing's done for. No, no, no. You all know for a fact that this has the absolute potential to go bonkers. But like any stock, it can't just go up, folks. It's got to come back some. All right, so let's look at a quick fib, a small fib. So you grab the bottom to the top here, the high. All right, look where it went up. It came back to this 5.7, kind of in between. All right, look, 5.4, clear one. And then purple right here is 5.1. Have we talked about 5.1 before? Oh, look, there's a 50 MA that acts as support at the 5-minute too. Wow. I mean, easy peasy lemon squeezy, right? MACD curling up, QQE curling up short term. Like I said, though, it's all about volume. If we get another 400 or 500 million volume, this thing's going to explode and keep going up. I'm not saying it's going to hit 5.1 at all. I'm saying if it does, that is a clear steal at that price. All right. That's something to keep in mind. All right. So what we are looking for long term on toner is that we either consolidate or we go up. Up would be nice because then we can get up and over this, which means we could start a run. Then if we get to the weekly side of things, a couple weeks down the road, we can get this 8 up and over the 20. We break resistance, and we're on a bull run, folks. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, that's toner in a nutshell. All right, HPNN. Not familiar with it, but we're going through it. All right, so clearly sticking out here is that we are below moving averages on the daily. We don't want that. Similar to RGBP. But if we take our horizontal lines, look where we have support. New higher lows. Okay, so 2.4, solid. All right, come back over here. Uptrend. Do one here. Oops. I want to do control. It's actually alt. So we have these key areas of support that are not MAs That's what we need when we fall below the MAs. That's why we create these higher lows. Okay, these higher lows, we go beneath them, then act as support. Oh, what did I hit? All right, there we go. So keep that in mind. So this right here, once this stock decides to turn around, this will act as resistance. Keep that in mind. All right. That being said, though, you are looking for consolidation, folks. Just look in here. All right, right here. All right. See how we took off right here? Acting as support down the road. Very helpful. That's why we make these. Consolidation. Look what's happening to the daily 8MA. What's going to happen? This 20 will come down, and if it consolidates here, we'll flatten out. If it gets an SP spike, it'll go up. If it doesn't and breaks this, then this reverts down. Don't want that. Okay? If that happens to your stocks, they're going to take a longer time to turn around. So keep that in mind. Good thing is these are relatively close. All we have to do is get this SP up, and then we can break this because they're pretty much flat on the daily side. Okay, weekly side. You got support all the way down here at 12. You've got support at right here, a heavy one at 21. Obviously, we have it here at 24 and at 27. Remember, support is created by buyers. Okay, if it breaks that support, then it wasn't strong enough. It goes to the next one. Consolidation on the weekly will bring these flat, which will turn them around. A lot of our charts are going to take weeks to turn around. Okay, this chart right here is purely, I would not buy right now. I am just waiting for consolidation. Then I would buy. I'm looking for the MAs just to consolidate. That's all I'm looking for, okay? I'm starting to see that on the 8. I want to see that on the 21, the 20. Then we should get a spike out of that eventually. It looks like it's pretty close, actually. It's probably, if we just drew an imaginary line, okay, we want this to, instead of going here, okay, we don't want that to happen. That means that we break support, okay? If it just stays in this level right here and we consolidate, staying sideways right here, what will happen is the 8 will stay the same right here. It'll just go flat, and then this will flatten out with it, and they'll run parallel. And what will happen is the 8, the stock price will go up because they'll have conviction in it, saying it's not going to drop. People will buy, and then the 8 comes over the 20. Then the 20 goes up with the 8 because the price is going up. Okay, then they want to break these and start an uptrend. That's what you're looking for. That's why consolidation is so huge. It's massive. All right, so looking for consolidation on HPNN. I would not say there is a clear entry at any point in time yet, but we could be getting very close based on that. Okay, we already did toner. Next up is TGGI. Okay, TGGI daily. I'm gonna have to start picking up pace on this, or we'll be here for hours. We are looking for consolidation. Notice bouncing off of the 200 down here. People obviously have buy orders at these because they bounced right off of them 3 times now, 8.5. Consolidation brings us in. So if we take our tool right there, right, keeping this level, this will flatten out our 8 right here. Okay, but what's going to happen is our 20 here is going to take a while to come down, and we need it to hold there long term as well. How you fix this faster? Volume, folks. If you just get volume on these plays, and you don't need to just consolidate, it'll pop it up a lot quicker. But literally, I mean, you're going to get resistance right here at the 20 and the 50 on the daily side of things. Weekly, starting to make a bearish run right here, okay? So we need consolidation here. A little bit below is all right, but look at the 50 and the 200 on the weekly side. It's fine. The 200 is good on the daily. We don't want to see this this 50 start doing this, okay? Because then it could go below this one right here, okay? We don't want that to happen, all right? That's bearish. There's no indication of that, okay? It's just an FYI. If you consolidate here, all right, for the next several days, weeks, um, they'll build confidence. Buyers will come in and push the price back up, which will correct all these moving averages up in the right direction. So keep an eye on that. If it breaks this support, seems like you got a pretty strong buy zone right there on the 200. Okay, so this line will kind of do that. All right, and what you want is to hold this line. If it breaks that line, that becomes a bearish chart. Okay, because then you're going to have this 200 on the daily side act as resistance, which means you would have to go to the weekly side of things to look at it. So look, you've got also the 50 has acted as support on the weekly, and then you're talking about all the way down here for next MA support, but you have support on this level right here. Okay, so 70. All right, look, perfect. Look how it bounced perfectly right off of there on there. It's acted as it, I believe that would be your bottom in my opinion, just because we've seen support here. We've used it down here in the daily. It's bounced off of here once again, and it's bounced off there 4 times now. All right, seems like a no-brainer to me in my opinion. All right, so TGGI, once again, you're going to get a lot of these. You're looking for consolidation. There's nothing here that indicates that this thing is going to explode anytime soon. And we just got to take it day by day by day. All right, FOMO C. Man, I love this chart as long as it gets the volume it needs. And I'll tell you why. We are in a clear consolidation mode of a massive downtrend. I mean, look at this downtrend, folks. This to me right now is a swing play. Okay, the difference between a swing play and a long-term play is you're playing it for a couple days or a week or so for that breakout. And in my opinion, that breakout is coming. Could this chart be good long-term? Sure, but it's got to break those resistances first. All right, that's not what this play is about. This play is about riding that breakout because of volume. Look at this volume spikes over here. Okay, we did 75 million, 220 million, and 745 million on this. Okay, then afterwards, 428, 210, 127, 271, 225, 189, and 180. Okay, we were doing those consolidating in this channel. Look at this freaking channel that we are in right here. Okay, boom. And I'm going to bring this one a little lower right there. Look at this. I mean, pure consolidation. This is daily. Okay, so look, staying in the channel, bounced off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 days. Okay, I understand people get antsy on these things. You got to give it time. Okay, keep in mind, the market was getting hammered for the last 4 days. I think we're in a 2-week downtrend in even the BBs. Overall losing weeks, that is. But it's clear we're rejecting lower prices here. Okay, look, that's what the wick is, and we're finishing higher. Okay, we've got a clear pathway to a breakout. I'm going to just zoom out real fast. So obviously, we're going to find resistance at 0026. It's obvious. It could break above that. It's not going to hold above that. Okay, that's why it's a swing play, folks. Please look at these moving averages. Okay, down, down. Hence why they couldn't break it. Okay, you have to be flat for it to break it. Look at the 50. This is why I didn't hold it here. And now it's flattening out. It hasn't broken its active resistance, broke support, and came back down. Now, look, clearly got enough. It broke through daily resistance on the 8, 20, and 50 and held it for 7, 8 days. Okay? We are flat now on the 50. We are going upwards with the 8 and the 20. The only resistance on the daily is up here. Hence why I believe we clearly have a breakout coming to punch and to flatten this 200 out next. Oh, by the way, we're above the 200 on the 4-hour chart here. What's happening? The 8 and 200 are up here. And now the 50 is curling up and going to make a golden cross, long-term cross, up and above. Okay? That is acting as support, folks. This is a 4-hour chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times this has stayed bounced off of it within those 4-hour charts. Keep in mind, trading day is typically 8 hours. That's 2 of these candles. It's crazy. Showing great support at this level. And now look, this 8MA is flattening out and coming up. This 20 is going straight up, and so is this 50. And look, flat 200. Huge. Let's go to the 3-hour. Golden cross just came in. All right, I'm going to zoom in here on the 8 and the 20. Look what's happening. It was clearly coming down. Now it's flattening out, and it's going to reverse trend, in my opinion. Okay, we are heading towards what I believe is a breakout of the pennant on and start a uptrend from here because we've consolidated for a solid amount. 50 is clearly going up with the 8 and the 20. 200 is clearly flat. It is now. All of these long terms are now our support. We're going to get resistance at these MA levels as well. As these SP levels back here. So that's why we're getting heavy resistance right now. All right, so what we're looking for, okay, look, bouncing off the 50 here, coming up, curling out of here. 200's flat, moving upwards. Let's hit the 1. All right, look, your turn, U-turn, coming up. Look how this is coming up and above. Came back up and above the 50 here and wants to break up north. Look at the direction of the 200. It is now going upwards. Have you noticed that the 200's either flat or upwards? We haven't seen that too much, okay? We haven't seen it at all at the 4-hour. If you look at the 4-hour over here, look at this freaking thing, man. 2 hours has been like a freaking roller coaster. Whee! Now we're flattening out finally. That's from consolidation, okay? And people don't realize that. They're like, oh, it's going to keep dropping. Where's it going to drop to, folks? It's been holding these huge levels for weeks. Okay, that shows support. When these get really close to each other, okay, that shows that it's ready to break up and over. It takes a crap load of time after a big run like this and consolidation for it to break over. Hence why I feel that FOMO-C is going to break out this week and make a run. But we know we have a lot of other resistances on the daily, just that 200, not a lot, just a high resistance that we have to break up and through. Could we do it? Sure, you're going to need a ton of freaking volume, like billions, but it could happen, okay? So keep that in mind. Hourly, 200's going up, 50's up. These will coming up and down like this. So what happens as you get to these shorter time frames here is this happens, folks. You're going to go up, you're going to come down, you're going to hit support, you're going to come up, you're going to go down, you're going to find support and up. Oh, what do you know? We're building a chart, folks. We're building a reversal. This is what we've wanted for a while. What you need are for all of these to be in bull mode. We have all of these in the 4-hour and below. We are above the MAs, which act now as support. That is bullish. What we're trying to do now is do those on the daily and weekly side of things. All right? Easy peasy lemon squeezy, folks, in my opinion. Now, we are going one more back here, okay? Look how we're turning back up on these shorter indicators on the smaller time frames. Shorter time frames help us indicate a potential reversal on the longer time frames. Okay, we've seen the positive notes on the hourlies. Now we're seeing these on the short terms really turn them up. Look how we're turning up here. I mean, literally. Let's get our little guy here. Boom, 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 boom. Consolidation. Boom, boom. This is what we want. All right. And that's how you build a chart, folks. All right. We got to start at consolidation, then the breakout, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. You don't want to go just up. All right. So, that being said, I'm obviously bullish on a swing trade for FOMO. This week, I believe it comes. Okay. All the indicators are right there for us. They're staring us right in the face saying, wow, this is flat. We're over all these resistances. These act as support right now. I mean, it's all right there. We've got the data right in front of us. All right, CBGL. So what I do is I literally look through Twitter. I look through like FinViz. I look for volume. I look for if stuff's increasing. I look for charts based on, other people's opinion as well. CBGL was a Twitter find. I looked on it and going through there and I looked at the chart. Remember, a lot of these charts are on huge, huge downtrends. Let's look at the daily CBGL. I mean, look at this thing, folks. Massive downtrend. There's always going to be a bottom of something. Massive downtrend, okay? The beautiful thing about CBGL, okay, is that CBGL only has like, I think 320 million shares. I think that's right, where we're used to as billions. What I look for in a breakout, folks, is I look for these. I make sure the daily and the weeklies are ready. All right. If they're not, then they're going to find resistance somewhere. So you're playing it as a swing. Okay. Now, remember, we want flat MAs and we want them close together. Daily and weekly take forever for that to happen. We were on a freaking roller coaster forever on this thing. Okay. Well, people that were in it before. I just noticed it this week. Look at this. Woo! Look at these MAs. Woo! And we're all going down, 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 down. Oh, wait, we're consolidating here. Okay, I see that we have found a bottom. Oh, that leads me to believe that this is bottomed out, and this leads to this, which leads to this. That's how you find bottom, folks. You look for plays that are consolidating, okay, and coming through. Yes, we have resistance here, which makes this a swing for now, in my opinion, until this gets closer to our other friends. But what will help this is volume. And when you have a stock that only has, 300 million shares compared to 3 billion shares, the little volume that we get sends it spiking, which means this starts doing this up here, which means this comes up above here and can break through it, which means, whoa, 5 cents? Holy crap. Not saying it's going to get there, by the way, but it could. That's what we're looking for. Now, let me close that out. Let's zoom in and show you what I see here. Oh, I always do that. Zoop. Okay. Clear. Slide down. But look what's happening now. We're flattening out, consolidating. Clearly, SP is moving up and over. And look, while we didn't hold it above this time, we did hold it yesterday, Friday on CBGL, which means if we hold it above this 50, which is at 8.5, acts as support. Notice how it bounced off. So it showed support for a whole day. That means people will get into this thinking, all right, I've got support at this level. That means buy zones are coming in, which means that the SP will go up more the next day with volume. Whoa, look at this volume spike right here. Actually, look at it from here. Okay. If we zoom out of here, I'm going to take my pen off here so we can get that. Look at the volume, super low. All right. We're looking at 2.5, 1 million, 53 million, oh, 2.5 million, 1 million. I mean, 280,000. Okay. And then we get all the way over here and look, as we're starting to flatten this out, people are like, all right, we're at bottom here. We've got to be making a trend. Look at how the MACD is going up too. So 8 million, 14.5, 14.5, 30 million, 19 million. Okay, got rejected because people use this as a resistance and some other things. I'm sure there was resistance here on the hourlies, and that's why, like the 200. All right, going through 6 million because people lose confidence, a day or two after. 13, 14 million, 24 million, 12 million, 24 million. All right, last 2 days, 45 million. Yeah, and Friday, 53.5 million. Folks, volume is coming in. You've broken over the daily resistance. It's flat. This thing is ready to roll. Obvious. It's obvious. So obvious. So let's backtrack and look. All right, we've got resistance high and away at 155 here. So that is probably going to bounce off and come down unless we get crazy volume. That could potentially be a short-term swing for you. Look, why didn't we break out on Friday? Oh, I see why. Clearly the 200 on the 3-hour was in a decline. We're going to bounce here, hold in between this level. So obviously this 8, 9 level is pretty solid. 7s is definitely a steal as we consolidate in here and then break up and over. Let's look at the 2. Oh, look what we're over. Now we have support. We bounced off of this. That means 8.3 is now support because we bounced off of it because of the 200. It means everything else down here is bullish. All right, except for maybe some of these. Your 1, 2s, and 3s and 15-minute, they'll go up and down all the time because they're working this. Okay, it's these hourlies that you're really focusing on that they get flattened out. All right, weekly side of things. Let's look at the weekly. Obviously, this is going to be a huge, massive downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a month of consolidation at that level. Very, very solid, which means this 20 is going to start flattening out down here. Okay, notice the SP over here while I'm doing it. All right, it's at 155. I think 155 was the 200 on the 4-hour. Okay, or the daily. So as soon as we get this flattened out and over there, break 155, volume's going to increase, and look at what we got up here. High skies. Next one would be 7 cents. Okay, so 7 cents would be your weekly up here, and then look, all the way up here, you got it at 28.60. So this looks like a clear, dead giveaway at a breakout in the near term, especially for 200. Or 300 million shares. All right, next up is Beno. Beno is another one. Look at the weekly here. Look how the 8 and the 20 have been consolidating since October. October. Let's look at this, man. Look at this. Just rolling in here. Look at these volume spikes of the last 3 weeks. Okay. MACD is trending upwards. QQE is about to go blue. Accumulation starting to pick up on the weekly side. RSI slightly going up. That's nothing. So what we're looking, see how it was going down right here? It's flattening out on the weekly side. Good. We have high resistance up here at Beno at 5.8, close to 6. Okay, on the weekly side. Okay, it's at 6.0064 now. You hit 6, we're all gonna shit a brick, right? Oh my goodness, folks. Look what we did on Friday. Not only did we break over the 50 MA, we held it, which means we have support above that, which means this 8 and 20, as this continue to rise, is going to break this up, and on the daily side is ready to bust a move. Oh, where's our next resistance? 262. That's 2 pennies, folks, if we get up that high. Hell yeah, take 2 pennies. on a swing. Look, we're blue, folks. Look at the MACD. Curling up. Accumulation. Going up. Price, in my opinion, going up. All right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Look, we're flat here. I don't like the distance, but doesn't matter. We can still break it on a spike here up and above 8.2. Get a spike. Probably get a small fib retracement to hold it. And then these pull up and above, and boom, we're gone. 3 hour. Oh, sucky, sucky. Look at this. Flatten it out. Break it. Same thing I said there. 3 hour. We are super close, in my opinion, for Bano going. Couple days, a week. I don't care. If it goes up 2 pennies, huge, huge. Bano has, you know what? Bano has 300 million shares. I think CBGL, I can look that up. Let me look that up real fast for us because we need accuracy when it comes to this so that we are on the same page. Oops. All right, so I go to otcmarkets.com. I type in the ticker, BANO. I go to security details, and what does it give me? Bano has an unrestricted outstanding shares of 330 million. Okay, so 330 million, it's a very small amount of shares, which means the volume in between there, any volume will make this thing sky high. All right, now let's go to CBGL. CBGL is outstanding unrestricted shares is 286, let's say 287 million. So they're roughly the same, and they were updated on the 14th. Okay, so very, very new on the updated portion. Huge, huge for us, folks. All right, so could see some massive breakouts in CBGL and Bano. Hence why I tweeted out that I got in Bano recently because of that. All right, huge potential. People don't see it. All right, just got to be patient for it. All right, SAPX, folks. SAPX. Look what it hit on the one. Support right here on the 1 hour is this 200. That's what we look for. We want to hold this level. It stops a downtrend and continues in an uptrend. So look how we are at the weekly side of things on SAPX. Beautiful. Absolutely freaking beautiful, folks. Look at this. Okay, we want to hold right here. If you hold this 3-4 and you're looking at it, you're like, oh, God, I don't want to hit 3-4. If you hold 3-4 right here, look, we came up above. Now we're touching it. Boom, sky high on the weekly. Let's look at the daily side of things here. Okay, it's a clear fib retracement, in my opinion. Look, you can't go up, 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 and away without having it come back. Let's take out some fibs. Okay, we put it at the low here to the high here. All right, look what we bounced off of right here. 61836, which is absolutely a great play. The reason it's fibbing as well is because, look, the 50 is still below the 200. We want the 200 or the 50 above the 200, all right? So it's beneath it right now. I might have said that backwards. I'm not sure. All we have to do, all right, is hold this 200 right here. It's 34. What do you know? We hold this. That's a solid buy, in my opinion, at 34, definitely at 32 right here. Bounce and go from here. You're going to get a little consolidation, or you get a bounce and consolidation and go through. SAPX looks great. I'm going to throw it on my list to look at. I'm going to go check the, since I've got it up right now for us all, let's see here. We can look at the share structure. Remember, share structure is massive, absolutely massive for us. It helps us with getting the movement of a stock. Holy shnikes. All right, updated yesterday. Outstanding unrestricted share count is 1.34 billion. That is a low float in the OTC, folks. That is awesome. That's a great float size right there. I am definitely going to keep an eye on this. I absolutely love what I'm seeing here. Do not get discouraged. Look, measuring from here to here, okay, 360%, folks, 360, okay? We went over this for 39 days, had close to 720 million in volume on a low floater. That's massive. Remember, any type of volume sends these low floats. Okay, this is 1.4 billion or 1.3 billion, whatever it was. Okay, that's why I was saying CBGL and Bonneau, they're at 300. And CBGL is less than that. Any volume sends these things massively spiking SP. Now, if you've got a stock that has, 6 billion, 8 billion shares, like FOMO C has a bigger share size, which means it won't get to this crazy percentage like 15 cents or anything unless it has an insane amount of volume. Keep that in mind with a lot of people. That's why those types of plays are more swing and not long term. Okay. So once this comes up and over, that sends it in a bull, bounce, and go. All right. I like SAPX. It's a great one to keep an eye on. Okay. EPAS. All right. This one was a clear fib coming in here. All right. Look at the daily. Okay. Making a bullish crossover here. That could definitely help it out over here. I still think we get some consolidation. Let's take the measuring. Trying to get bottom here. All right, this looks like bottom. What do we got? All right, 350%. Okay, you're gonna get retracals, especially in these bear markets. Okay, so let's take a fib. So stop down low, grab it up high. Okay, so here are your fib levels. Okay, common retracements after a big run like this, I see 5, 618, okay, and sometimes 786, okay. Actually, no, I see 786, 350% run. Yeah, I definitely see 786. Wouldn't surprise me. Now, the difference on this is now when we come down, we want it to hold this 618% because I think it would go there at 189, and it holds there and bounces off. There's your support confirmation on the 200 MA on the daily. That's huge, which means boom, consolidation, boom. All right, that's what you want. Let's look at the weekly side of things, folks. I'm going to get rid of this fib so we can focus a little bit more on it. Okay, what's happening? Oh, look, resistance, resistance, resistance. Hence why it's not breaking these levels. Okay, so I firmly believe that we do kind of come back from these on the weekly side of things until these start turning up. This is what I love to call the swoop and loop, folks. Swoop and loop takes volume, though. Okay, look. Swoop and loop, volume comes in, pushes the stock price up, which means these go up, which means this goes below there, which sends these going here, coming through and up, and then what goes is then this comes up behind it, and then you're doing your bull move right there. This is on the weekly side of things, so it's gonna take some time for EPAS to really get up there because of this huge resistance. The nice thing is these are really flat. So if you get enough volume, it could be massive for EPAS. This is huge too. Once this comes up on the daily side of things, this will expedite the weekly side. All right. Once we get the 8 above, the 20 above, and the 50 above, it's going to take time, folks. But look where we were at. We're in a clear downtrend. This could be the reversal that we've been waiting for, and it's clear as day that it looks like it's coming. Okay, look at the 4-hour. Okay, you've got support right here. Down here. Technically, you have support here. I think this breaks though, and it could hold. But look, we're rejecting these higher prices, so I feel like it comes down and touches this 1.6 level and holds it at support. Look what we've got coming in. Like I said, volume precedes price. So volume sustains and keeps holding up. It could go up. But as we know, this volume cannot be sustained for a long period of time. People get bored, people get impatient and go through. You get sells. That's what brings it down, and then it'll consolidate and break up and out. Okay? So keep that in mind as you're looking at these plays. Look at cross down in here. Still think we probably see that 1.6 level, and then we consolidate and bounce for EPAS. GFTX. Wowzers. GFTX is pulling up hard. Volume on the hourly. Keep an eye on that. Go through. Keep an eye on RSI. Let's go to the daily first, though. All right. Clearly, if you've been listening to me all day, okay, look right here. Stare at this, okay? Stare at this. These two things you need to keep an eye on. These will clearly help you identify what's coming, okay? Volume precedes price. If the volume continues to rise, you'll probably can see this to rise. So let's look at the volume. 6 million, 15 and a half, and then 27. You have to have this volume continue to go. RSI is considered oversold, overbought when it's over 70. We are currently sitting at 65%. Let's just say 65. All right. We've got blue on the QQE. That's good. We're obviously going to get blue with something like that. All right. Accumulation is sky high and it's going up. That is a good sign. Would I buy at these levels? No, I wouldn't buy at these levels because of resistance. Let's look at the weekly. Boom. All right. Is it going to hold there? I don't know. It's only been one day. This is turning up. It's good. I think I have a better chance at getting something coming back on a fib coming through. I could be wrong. Risk to reward, folks. Take a small position and go from there. Now, this could change my mind. Look at what is happening here. 200. It's flat. We're above it. Pulling this up and there. That's huge. But just because this is coming up and above, okay, you're still going to always get a fib. Your stock will not always just go up. It's got to come back down too. So as we're going through here, keep in mind, this could go up, okay? But then it's got to retrace, do a fib, and then it's going to create that higher low, and then that builds your chart as you're moving north. Keep that in mind. So if you're buying up here, it could continue to go and then pull back. I have no idea. It's only been a day. So, but this is good. We're above these MAs. But look at the separation here. What's probably going to happen is we'll probably get a fib and we'll probably either hold right around here. They'll probably want to see if this holds right there as well. Okay, look right here as well though. Okay, you've got a huge gap. You got this massive distance between these MAs coming up. So just keep an eye on that. This is nice coming up. So what I personally would think as a trader is, wow, this is really pretty right here. It's going getting ready to do the code coming up. At some point though, it's got to do this to build those new higher lows. And then it's going to do some consolidation, and then it's going to go here, and then it's going to do here, and vice versa, okay? So my question is, I don't know, or my statement is, I don't know how high it's going to go here, but I know at some point I feel like it's got to come back at this level. It's got to come here, potentially even lower, as a fib retracement, in my opinion. It could have massive volume and hold it up. I just don't know yet. It's way too early. We're talking about one day of information right on this right here. But you can see the amount of resistance we have within there. So unless the volume holds or increases, we just don't know. Okay, we just got to wait for that. AITX. Okay, daily. We're getting closer here. All right, 20's flattening out, which made this 8 come up over. We consolidate, hold in this level right here. This brings down the 50 to flatten out at a higher level, which brings us to bring, as this flattens out, these consolidate, then they can come up and over, and that's what we're looking for. So this is daily side, so you're looking at about a week here probably. Could be sooner, just depends on this volume right here. Keep an eye on the volume. Clear resistance up here, okay? Clear resistance. So let's see where that resistance level is. Oh, I gotta turn this off. Okay, clear resistance is, okay. Yeah, I'm doing Alt-8. There we go. All right, so 459 clear resistance up there, which is fine. We've got it at 211 right here. That's good. Look, This is that falling wedge I was telling you all about. Okay, clear descent. Okay, these are the excuse me, these reversals that you're looking for. Look, they got to the bottom, consolidated, and then broke out. Okay, now it's going sideways. These are the reversals. Look, clear as day right here as well. Okay, oops. And that's where you get these breakout plays, folks. These are these falling wedges that you were consolidate and boom, pop up and out. All right, but there's probably some resistance on the hourly side. There you go, resistance at the 200 right here. Bounced off that, created to do it again. Okay, sideways, we get this flat, get this close, and we can break up and over it. A lot of these plays are doing this right now. So consolidate in here, get close up, bring this SP up, break up and above. Okay, this looks good. Just got to give this one some time as well. Okay, weekly side. Weekly. Okay, so clear as day. Okay, we want this 8 sideways here. We're starting to get this 20 as well going sideways. 2 weeks, break up and above here. We've got resistance clearly up here at this 632, but we know we have resistance before then at other levels as well. This one looks nice, still going to take some time. Okay, you could swing it for a nice percentage here and there. If you're a long-term investor, though, it's going to take a little bit of time, weeks, months, for it to break above here, okay, and hold. INND, okay, weekly side, look at this 200. It's going to be resistance, and it's right here, folks. Why you didn't break it? But look what's happening. It's flattening out. The 200s or the 50s increasing. They're squeezing together. The 200, excuse me, the 20, it's flat. We're flattening out on here. Consolidation is your friend. It's bringing these all together, which would lead, if we get volume, to a, you got it, swoop and loop, friends. So these will come up as the volume comes up. 20 will come up behind it. 50 will come up behind it. And then finally the 200 will come up behind it and send this on a weekly run. Just got to be patient. Need to wait for that to happen on the weekly side of things. If we're looking from the daily side, you can see bullish formation breaks up beautifully, downtrend, falling wedge, bust out, hit resistance on that weekly side. Okay, so that was because we hit right here on the 200 of the weekly. It was acting as resistance. We go back to the daily here. We can see they're all running pretty much parallel. We want to hold consolidation right here. Let's take our, all right, so we want to hold this 1-4 level right here. This flattens out these MAs, okay? These are still a little high, okay? So you might get spikes to bring them down or to punch them. So what we want, all right, these are going to act as resistance, resistance until we get enough volume to push up and away and get over there. We want to look at these as consolidation points to stop a downtrend and to continue upwards. 132, 156 is resistance. Okay. All these are starting to come together. 200's flat. You consolidate here. It holds it. You bring it up. It's getting ready to push up and make a move towards those higher ones. Look, this is perfect. We're going to find resistance up here, but we could break through that with enough volume. It's flat. It's going upwards. Okay, resistance. So you're going to hit these resistance points. They're going to bounce off like this. But what's going to happen is you'll come above here. These will start to act more as support because we're at the bottom. And then you'll start moving it up. So weeks away for INND, but it's looking a lot better for a bigger move down the ways. JPEX on the daily side, look, 50 is acting as support here. We're coming up, we hold this and we turn this up. This will be continue this uptrend. That's what you're looking for. We're noticing a fib extension. I'm taking off the extension here. Okay. What we're looking for is we're in a retracement. Let's see. Okay, we're at the 50. Okay, right here. hold this level, it'll reverse this and have JPEX go up. Let's look at the weekly. Beautiful. Look at this, folks. Use this right in here. Here's the 50, bounce off of here and go up. JPEX could be an absolute beast if it holds that this 50 fib right here. I don't like the color. Let's change that. It's hard to read. Settings. Let's see. 50 is right here. Let's just clear it to gray. Oh, light gray. All right. Maybe even like that. Okay. Okay. Here you go. Much easier to read. 263. Okay. If it holds this level right in here, 263, as it has shown that it's doing, and it goes up 292, holds this, and JPEX could be a monster breakout in the making. Look at this. Holding these levels, reversing back up. So keep an eye on JPEX. IGEX. Okay. Daily. Okay, so we're looking at support. This is our support zone. So let's say Alt H. Go at the bottom of them. Okay, look where it's holding here. Okay, it's clear as day. It's using that. We consolidate here. Nice. Clear uptrend on the daily. If we follow this trend, okay, hold this. These consolidate down. We break up. We break the 50 and we continue here. Key buying area, if this breaks support, is the 200 as we've seen, which is at 5.4. Very nice. Let's look at the weekly, what we got resistance wise. 8's coming down, it's fine. If you consolidate here or consolidate at the 200, break up, it'll turn up and go. Clear uptrend from here. We want to continue that uptrend. So this looks nice. We just got to hold that support, folks. So we don't want to come up below these. Consolidate here. This stops these from falling and continues this 200 uptrend as we go. Got to support your stocks. All right, everybody, that's everything I've got on here that was put into the Pennyland suggestion tickers for bullish or bearish or bullish. I'm glad you all were able to join today. That was freaking awesome, and we got a great amount of tickers to keep an eye on for reversals here. Fantastic. I'll get around to uploading this into the recordings video if you want to go back and check it out, or if you were unable to attend today. Thank you once again for all the amazing support. Obviously, we're getting some great feedback on these charts, and we see reversals in the making. Hope this helps you out. Tomorrow, let's do a charting video on these moving averages as we talked about today to really knock them down and build some confidence in our plays. All right, folks, catch you later.